What is up, guys? This is Max Cup 4, and today we're going to be covering Update 44. So in this update, the priorities were optimization and sounds, and let me tell you, the sounds sound awesome. Optimization-wise, I haven't really noticed that big of a difference, to be completely honest. You guys let me know in the comments below if you guys noticed some big optimization changes. I recently got a new computer, so everything usually runs pretty good already, so not a huge changes there. First thing we're gonna be looking at is a huge change that happened to multiplayer. So all special forces that are in regulars got moved to tier 2, so they come out at the 15-minute mark, and then the bombing runs for all the most of the regulars got moved to the first 5-minute call-in. So now you can just get a sick call-in. Sick little bomb strike if the enemy brings out an early mortar, but you're missing out on your awesome special forces combo. And you can also only get like 2 or 3 of these squads, I think. I think there's a cap on two or three of the squads, depending on the squad size, what it says. So that's a huge thing, so we won't have to... These things aren't nearly as powerful, and a regular is not nearly as powerful without these special forces coming out quick. Because part of the power is being able to sneak 1 or 2 of these guys, get a bazooka around here, or get a rifleman hide in this bush. You can see what enemies are coming in, or getting a bazooka over here, and then ambushing. But it's going to be a lot harder since they come in the second tier. So just be looking out for that. And stealth squads and airstrikes are now flip-flopped, and a regular is gotten a slight debuff, I think. I don't think it's nearly as good. Another thing to note, grenadiers actually, so like rifle grenadiers are actually way cheaper now. They're 10 manpower cheaper, not a ton, but still they went from like 56 to like 46. Or this one might be like 60 because they have 2. But they're way cheaper now. Their cooldown's like 120 seconds for Americans since they got 2, and then 60 seconds for everybody else. But now you can, people will be more likely to use rifle grenades. I personally don't use rifle grenades that much, but I might start using them now. Another cool thing to note, the M1 carbine now reloads a lot faster than before. So if you're big into using airborne guys, then as you can see, this thing loads pretty quick, reloads pretty quick. So cool little thing that you can do. So make sure you guys are using the good old carbine. MP44 also reloads quicker. I'll be showing you this real quick. Another small thing, MGs, mounted machine guns on top of tanks now are 10% more accurate, so that's pretty cool. They'll more likely to probably get a few more kills in them. So the big thing is the sounds, so we're going to show you guys the sounds first. First sample will be a bunch of mortars. So there are your mortars. Next, we're gonna be moving on to the good old howitzers. Now the Calliope. Alrighty, now's the Calliope. We get some direct control in here first. So as you can see, everything sounds quite a bit better, and it's actually pretty awesome to listen to the things going on. Last but not least, let's move into the good old tanks before we move on from sound. So as you can see, everything sounds pretty awesome. Everything sounds new. You see artillery coming in, here tanks shooting off, all sorts of things are going on. One of the biggest changes that I really want to talk about, and I know a lot of people have different opinions about, are the grenades. So as you can see, you still have your grenades, but look at this. Grenades now have timers, so I will be able to see where my grenade hits. I have a buddy beside me. then I see this, I have a little bit of time to move. It's only like 1 second, but it does make sense because if you guys were one of the infantrymen that was firing, then it would make sense that like most people are going to see a grenade that lands beside them. It might not be enough time, but they're going to see that grenade. So I think it makes a lot of sense that you have this grenade. One thing you can now do is make sure you hold left click. Just hold the first few, and then look at that. As soon as it lands. So hold like the first 3. 1, 2, 3. And bam. That one actually exploded a little bit in the air, which can be good. I think it's a cool thing. I think it's a good change. It helps. It's a little bit more friendly for people that are starting out for multiplayer. And I mean, it's very, very easy. It's just all you gotta do is you're holding your grenade, or you're having your guy throw his grenade. And he's throwing his grenade, and bam. You just gotta kick your grenades a little bit. It's really not that much micro, so I think it's a good change to help people, newer people, see what's actually killing them. They know that it's a grenade that's killing them. Alrighty guys, in update 44, there's been a ton of balance changes. You guys need to come in here and see there's been a lot of changes of conquest. Multiplayer, there's been a lot of changes as well, a lot of unit changes. Increase and decreases in some doctrines, abilities to call in stuff. Like Flame Panzer 3s, you can call in up to 4 for the limit. I didn't know there was even a limit on it, to be honest. A lot of things been increasing. Cost of M20s increased from 155 to 165. Makes sense. That thing's pretty awesome. 105's increasing. Hatcher's increasing. BT-42 looks like all the stew type, I mean the big ass gun type vehicles increased. Meanwhile, the Greyhounds, Hellcats decreased. 170mm mine warfare decreased. Pretty cool. Um, Made loaded doctrine on limits on a lot of stuff, like a lot of the anti-tank guns. It looks like T60 got a little bit lower. West got a little bit lower. Modern Warfare once again. Kettenkrad early. This and Goliath. Goliath got reduced to 5 CP, so that could be a very spammable unit. You just just blow your opponents away. Pretty awesome. Single player. Um, as you can see, they fixed a bunch of bugs and made things a little bit better. Everything else, stuff that they added. Just make sure you guys go through this and see everything that they have added, because there's way more than I want to talk about in just a video. I don't want to just read through all this, so make sure you guys check it out yourselves as well. Alright guys, so another cool thing that they've been adding is more maps. They've added 7 more maps to Conquest, and they've actually reworked one of the current maps. And in addition, they've added one multiplayer map, which is a 4 versus 4. This map is called Fields. It's a liberation map. So I believe you have to have the DLC Liberation to get this, but it's a pretty awesome map. It's very open. It's got some hedgerows to hide behind, use as cover, and it's got plenty of cover for infantry. But at the same time, it is got lots of open fields that you can get kill zones in with your tanks. So it's going to be some really cool combat, I think, happening in this town. The center one is like just a little town. Center point is. Enemy has some buildings over here for this side, and then I think the southern side probably has the better buildings, but it'll all depend on the destruction. Meanwhile, up here we have a small farmhouse, which is pretty cool. Got some grain silos and some barns you guys can fight over. Not a ton of cover on the point, but I mean, other than these logs, but a lot of cover around and to fight over. It looks like the players from the northeast have the superior cover to fight up on this, unless they can get into those into that town. I mean, into those logs. And then this one's kind of even, but there's like only like a few 1-2 entrances. So if you can lock these down, it can be hard to get in until vehicles start knocking everything down, and then makes it a lot more difficult. But it's a nice little map. It's very bright. A lot of the maps are kind of dark and depressing. So I do like this. The side's got some hills, like nice little hills that you can hide in. There's a lot of elevation, lots of hedgerows over here that you can hide in on this side. Just a lot of differing, and then there's plenty of opportunity to flank around on this map. Lots of little hidey hole areas, like little houses and whatnot. Hole areas over here. You can flank over in these fields, and it's just it's a beautiful map. I think they're doing a great job adding more maps. We're gonna go ahead and show you guys the last thing now. Alright guys, so the last thing that they've added is they've actually added the Ford GPA. I'm pretty sure this vehicle is called the Duck as his nickname, but it has a 30 caliber machine gun, and it is amphibious. Looks like it can carry a crew of up to 5, maybe 6 if the gunners decide to stand up. But this is a nice little utility vehicle, and it could be good for if they add any maps with lots of water that amphibious vehicles can actually use to flank around. Would be pretty cool. Um, it's only got 30 caliber, and it is a fast vehicle, just basically like your Jeep equivalent, but it's obviously it's waterproof. So pretty cool little thing. And in addition, you also have the Sherman DD tank, which is used on Normandy. The ones that didn't sink, of course, but this thing's pretty cool addition to the game. I haven't seen it in multiplayer, but you can get it in Conquest just like the 4GPA, so be looking out there for that as a Conquest buy. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and I will see you guys in the next video.